everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. So I am back from vacation. It's been almost a week now, not quite, but it's the end of a work week. I've had in-person camp. So with that, I feel like I'm kind of settling back into all of the things. I'm not quite through all of my emails, and I haven't started YouTube comments. And then once I do a little this and get an email out, and next big thing is getting all of your catalogs in the mail. And once that is, then I kind of hit the reset and kind of start over and start fresh. So today's video is I'm going to show you some sneak peek product, and it's also the first project. It's the only public project that you all will get to see for my Try It class that goes with the July to December. We still call it the holiday catalog. Although it doesn't feel like we're anywhere close to any kind of holiday. Well, July 4th, but that's not a holiday that's included in these holidays. Excuse me. But my Try It class is coming up. So registration opened before I went on vacation. Literally the annual Try It class just finished. But it's about halfway, a little over halfway filled. More than halfway filled now. I haven't gone back in the last couple of days and checked, but I've had more registrations come in. So now that I have this and I get this out there and I have that first project, always what happens is I get a whole bunch of registrations at the beginning, a whole bunch at the end, and then a whole bunch when I do this middle thing here. So irregardless, 99% of the time the class fills before the last day, but the last day to register, if it hasn't filled by then, will be June 29th, because I will place the order for all of the supplies on July 1st when this catalog goes live. So I'm going to take a second and tell you about it, and then I will show you the first project. I know a lot of you, if you follow my channel, have already taken the class. It's by far the most popular class that I do. None of my other classes always fill all of the time, although my club's getting close to the point of being full. And then as people drop out, I can let new people in. Not quite there yet, but getting pretty close. So what my Try It class is, if you haven't ever taken one before, is you get to try it all. So the way it kind of started was, I know a lot of people, and I used to do them, the paper shares, or I called it a Try It club, where you got, a piece of every paper, a yard or so of every ribbon, and sometimes embellishments. And then people stopped doing them. And I'm like, do you not like the new paper? And they were like, no, I like the new paper. I just have lots and lots and lots. And a lot of times we cut it 6 by 6. I have lots of papers from 6 catalogs ago, and I haven't used it. So I stopped doing them. But people still wanted to see the new stuff. So I came up with this new way. So you still get to try it all, and you get to see almost all of the new product, but you actually make something with all of it. So when you're done with the class, you have seen it all and you've used it all, and then you decide what you like best, and you don't have stacks of anything left. So we make 12 projects. All of the projects are based. There's about 10-ish new papers in here. There's a couple of new papers in here. It used to be easier. They used to do like these suites, and the paper and the ribbon and the embellishments all matched. They started kind of switching up the catalogs on me. It makes it a little bit trickier, but each card starts with a new paper. I try to get as many pieces of the paper on there as I can. Obviously, just design wise, I can't get 6 pieces of designer series paper on every card, or the cards just wouldn't be pretty. But they start with a card. I do try to get, they have at least 2, 3. There's usually 1 or 2 cards that I can get all of the papers on. And then I walk through the suites so that they'll have a new paper, they all have a new ribbon, they all have a new embellishment, and then a lot of them will have a new punch, they will have a new folder, a new die cut, and all of that's done for you. So the card I'm going to do now has a new ribbon, a new embellishment, and then a new die cut, and then the new paper. And then most of them are also template or a fun fold or something, and then you get a really fun PDF that you can use for that. Siri thinks I'm talking to her. So here's the PDF, and this is from my last Try It class that we just did. So it has the measurements and it has the photos of the picture. Now you have to remember, I am video based. So my daughter, I have just recently hired her. This is the first one that she did for me. So she's going to do the PDFs in the future. Because I don't like doing them. I don't like typing the fractions. I just don't like it. I like to talk. I don't like to type. But they have the photos of the projects, and then they have this play button. You hit that and it takes you to all the videos. So each project still has a video, and that's really where you should go. But then in the future, if you liked this card or you liked that card and see all the fun folds, this one was a really fun fold. You can go back and refer to this. So this is just the annual catalog that we just did. All 12 projects, all fun folds. But you can keep this forever. You always have access to the videos, and then you always have access to this. But in the videos, like when we do, I think this is called Splendid Day. I didn't even look it up because I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet. But I will go through and I'll show you every single piece of the paper. Anything that I have learned up to that point. Isn't this pretty? I'm not going to show you now because when you do the class, the colors are kind of funky in this one because of the way the light's hitting it. So this is, I think it's green, and this one's copper. And then it's got some fresh freesia. And this is the side of the paper. And then if we flip it over to the other side, that's when you can really tell the colors of the paper without the metallics. So I will, in the class, we walk through every one. Then I tell you, like, if the die cuts cut out paper, if there's any little tips and tricks I picked up to that point. So here's the Splendid Thoughts. Here are the dies. So I already used one. It's over on my die cut machine. So you may get this die, you may get that die. On some of them, you may get 2 or 3 dies. On the Texture Chic card that we did last time, they got 3 dies. On this one, you're going to get 1. So it may be that one, or the one that I have. And then you get the stuff to make your card. So on this one, and everything's all in order, we walk through the catalog. Whenever there's celebration, we start with celebration because that's a shorter catalog. So I want to make sure that you start with that. So you get a little embellishment pack. You can go back. I always have an intro video that is public, so you can see that. So this would be in the embellishment packet. This would be in your ribbon packet. You pull those out. And it's so nice because you just need very minimal supplies. You don't need any stamps. You don't need a cut and emboss machine because it's all done for you. And you can add words later if you have stamps. On this one, a lot of times I pick one stamp set. I may use the celebration one. So here, let's put this one together. So you would have this piece here, which is soft seafoam. And like I said, I just did camp, so a lot of my supplies are downstairs. So I'm going to fold this in half. Then I'm going to fold this in half. Now in your PDF, for when you want to recreate these later, that's where all of your measurements would be. So you would be able to cut this. And then I also offer, you can buy the packet where everything comes ready for you, and you just literally take out each card and follow along with me. Or if you want to just do the videos and then get all the stuff and cut it yourself, the measurements are in there. So we have this, and then we have, this is a half sheet cut in half. I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And usually in the class, I tell you the measurements as well because I have them written down. But I don't have them written down for this because I just made the card up. And then my girls on my team, on my demonstrator team, we do these kits together. So it's one of the times that I actually mail them. If they can join together via Zoom, I mail it to them at no charge. So it's a perk of being on my team. So anybody that signs up during a celebration when there is a sale, we're meeting together in late July. But all of my new girls get them for free. And then this time, this is kind of like a classic Z fold. And we do it one of these almost every time. But I didn't do this as the classic because I wasn't sure this is the one I wanted to do it on. So I just cut another piece of paper here. So then here's all these beautiful papers. And the fun thing about these is some of them is raised up. It's kind of like embossed. So you just put this, and they're already cut to the right size for you. So it goes together super quick. Put that one there. And then you can always do them a little different. Sometimes everybody has a little bit, if it may have different pieces. And if we do, I try to give myself a different pack the second time. So you can see a different look. Just because when you're cutting, hundreds and hundreds of pieces of paper. You need to make best use of your packets. And I try to give you a really good, like you get all of the nice, like this is specialty paper. You'll get lots of pieces of it. You'll get all of the big embellishments. We don't skimp on anything. So we have this. So let's go. I love copper's one of my favorite metallics. So let's put the copper here. This here. I have not made this card. It's in my head. So I don't have another one. And I've only made it in my head. But the paper's so pretty, and I know the overall look that I'm going for. So we have this. Let's flip this over. And then see this little panel here? So it only sticks to what it's supposed to. You could use Seal Plus for this, and it would hold it really well. But I have my seal here. And now we have that classic Z fold. So over here, I'm going to put my fresh freesia here. And then I'm going to slide my silver piece in here. This would make a really pretty wedding card. It has that look of, if you're my age, when you used to go to the mall and one of the fancy department stores would wrap your gifts for you. And we never did it because my mom thought it was a waste of money. But when I grew up, I was going to have them wrap my presents for me. Maybe that's where our love of paper crafting starts, by something that we couldn't do because we couldn't afford it. But who knew that by the time we grew up, there really wouldn't be any more really fancy department stores or even malls. Who knew that the place that we spent our teenage years would disappear off the face of the earth, pretty much. So we got this, which is kind of where the classic Z fold, and I could get a few more pieces of paper. That's why I always include a Z fold, because it's one of the cards where I can get all of the pieces of paper. But this time we're going to do it a little bit different because I wanted to make sure I could get these pieces on here. So see, then if you have words and you want to put them on here, you could put them here. You can stamp them on this panel here. I'm going to take, this is the ribbon that is part of the suite. This is one of the traditional suites where it gave me an embellishment and a ribbon that all matched. I'm going to tie this around here. I haven't tied anything with this ribbon before. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a seam binding. Tie this here. And then you can see, maybe you can see this has a little hole in it. Let me try to poke this in. Again, all of my tools are downstairs where I just had camp. Okay, so just pull that on there. There will be a link down underneath this video if you're watching on YouTube, or you can go to my website to get the details for the class. Includes shipping, everything's included. And then at the end of the class, I always do an upgrade. It's not really called, I can't think of the word, where I do a couple of the cards, usually 3 of the cards. And instead of just doing this, like for this one, I might take the stamp set and then do like a little bit of an, there's the word that we use in stamp world, where it's not an upgrade. I can't think of what the word is, but just add the stamps and not just the dies. Because in the online classes, Stampin' Up! Doesn't allow us to send stamped images, so I can't send those to you. But look how cute this is. And then if I was you, I would just put my words, maybe a little sentiment here, and then you could sign the card right there. Beautiful wedding card. So there is the first project for my holiday 2022 Try It class. If you're interested, I do expect that it will fill by the time I do all of the paid ones and then all of the girls on my team There's only so many that my husband and I, you can go back on my Instagram page and look at when we literally fill my kitchen. We bring tables into the kitchen and there's no space left for us to walk. And that is the limit of what we can physically make in packet form. And we're only willing to give one night of our lives because it is from the second he gets home to work till about 1 a.m. making the packets, and we can't do it twice. And that is just actually building the packets up. It takes days and days and days to cut and die cut and do all of that beforehand. So that is the limit of the number of people that we can do. So if you're interested, just scroll down below the video and the link will be there. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I will catch you back here later. Bye.